look to close out their regular season by winning their 14th game in their last 16 and their 5th in a row as they take on the 5-14 Sissonville Indians. Hello, friends, and welcome into the broadcast booth here high above Willie Acres Arena. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me Nathan Bush, with Cam Strobel, our engineer on video productions, with Faith Bannister and Brittany Fury back in the WVOW studios, our engineers tonight. And Nathan, Logan, after not being at home for a long time this season, now have had a long stretch here at Willie Acres Arena, and they had to get it done in their last couple of games without David Early after suffering that severe bruise on the heel of his foot during that Polka game. And Logan was able to withstand the storm, beating Man last week, beating Winfield the very next night in a very competitive game that a lot of people didn't feel like Logan could win. Now they get Early back tonight for how long is yet to be determined. We'll see what his playing time is. But the Logan Wildcats showed during those couple of games that they have got more talent than just David Early, and that they've got the confidence to win if he's limited at all going into tournament play.
Absolutely, and the Wildcats, getting those two games, honestly, with Early bench, Early could have played those games. It was told to us by coaching staff. They said if he would have been comfortable and had felt like playing, and Logan felt they needed those wins, that he could have played. But Logan felt they didn't need Early for those games. They wanted to give him a rest with that bruised arch foot, and they wanted to give their young guys a little bit of a chance to go out and prove themselves, and they did just that. A lot of these young freshmen, sophomores stepped up big time and played really well heading into sectional play starting very, very soon, and they have confidence now. It's going to be interesting, Chris. Tonight's the first night that Early's played with this team since that last game. He's had a nice rest, nice breather. Last time he played was against Polka over a week ago. So we'll have to wait and see just exactly how he looks and how long he plays. Plus, let's see if the confidence carries over for these young players, because I believe it should, because they played great against both Winfield and Man.
Yeah, and you look at going into tournament play, again, next week they will still be playing games. Chapmanville's final game won't be until Tuesday next week, and there's also going to be some teams playing in the next Friday.
Yeah, Man's last game, I believe, is next Tuesday.
Yeah, so that means that Logan will get a solid week off before going into tournament play. And as of right now, even with the split with Chapmanville will have a better overall record, a little bit higher ranking, and Logan comes in here at number 4, Chapmanville at number 2. Chapmanville may go back to number 1 after the loss of Shady Spring earlier this week to Bluefield, but then again may stay the same since that was just their first loss and it was to number 3. There's a lot of things in the air right now as far as all that goes, but seems like Logan may fall at that number 2 line overall, which would possibly put them up against the Scott Skyhawks in that situation. Scott would obviously have to play in the 3-versus-6 matchup against Lincoln, Man, someone of that nature.
I believe it's going to be Lincoln County.
Yeah.
Man, I believe, is pretty much cemented in at the 5. And then I think Mingo Central with the 2 wins over Man, that'll give Mingo Central the 4, Scott probably at the 3. So that's just our kind of predictions here on, we're playing fantasy booker here. But, if you look at that section, Chris, Scott and Lincoln County is an interesting game.
Yeah.
And then you look at Man and potentially Mingo Central. Mingo and Man have had 2 very close games this year.
Yeah.
One on Minor Mountain, one at Man. Came down, within a couple possessions, and the Hillbillies feel like they could win those games. And then Chapmanville, they lose to Logan this year. Their only loss to a West Virginia team, it was against Logan. And then you look at Logan, who did beat Chapmanville, but Logan struggled a little bit with Mingo here at home. They struggled with Scott here at home. Got the wins, but very close games. And then, of course, look at Chapmanville. They also struggled with Scott. In Scott. So this section, it's not just cut and dry Logan and Chapmanville this year like maybe it's been in years past. This year, there's a lot that can happen, and we're going to be seeing March Madness a little bit early.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, that's just us speculating, from what we've heard and from what we've kind of gathered, so it's not our preference over anything here or there on that situation. It's just how we typically see a lot of voters go, and again, it'll be up to the coaches to decide where that goes. So, maybe they do think Logan deserves that 1 over Chapmanville. It's yet to be seen. But as we said, it's going to be something that's going to be determined within the next couple of days. Again, Chapmanville still has to take care of business tonight against Wayne, and then Tuesday against the Sissonville Ball Club. And maybe the last gasp for Logan to get that 1 seed was on Tuesday night when Chapmanville played Scott, but then ran the Skyhawks out of the gym 70-45. So it'll be fascinating to see how all that shakes out. But either way, as we said, it's going to be a very difficult section nonetheless coming up, and Logan will get about a 2-week rest.
Well, the positive notes for the Wildcats is, number 1, if you play in the sectionals and going into the sectional finals into the regional, you don't have to play Chapmanville at Chapmanville because Chapmanville is basically unbeatable at Danny Godby Gymnasium. It's been proven this year. They play teams so much better down there. So Chapmanville will have to win on the road, and that's where their struggles have been this year is on the road, whether it be at Scott getting a late win there. Here they lose here at Logan. So Chapmanville showed that their weaknesses are on the road, what weaknesses they have. Logan, on the other hand, they've won some big road games. Of course, their record with the forfeits and the out-of-state teams not as good as what it probably should be, but nevertheless, Logan felt as though they could take those losses and handle them. So if you're the Wildcats, you got to be happy setting potentially at the 2 seed, but you got to take care of business tonight because let's say, Chris, this is their last game. They lose to this Sissonville team, that could shake the whole section up.
Well, right now we are getting set for action between Sissonville and Logan, about 8 minutes away from the light show and tip-off. Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we talk a little bit about the Sissonville Indians and how they've been doing this season as they get set to take on the number 4 ranked Logan Wildcats. You are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action with us right here on WVRW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
See after fast? At Logan Regional Medical Center Primary Care Walk-In Clinic, we know your time is valuable. Our new facility is designed to provide patients with the opportunity to walk in and quickly be seen by the doctor without having to make an appointment. We are open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 384 Airport Road in Chapmanville. For more information, please call 304-239-8090.
Drive home in a show-worthy vehicle with Thornhill and a new Buick, featuring new Auto Show Cash available on select models. That's over $7,000 off 2019 Buick Encore, over $8,000 off 2019 Regal Touareg Sport Wagon, and over $9,000 off 2019 Buick Envision.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
Save in 2020 here at the home of under 20 grand. Thornhill Mitsubishi. Mirage G4, $11,115. Mirage Hatchback, $12,150. Outlander Sport, $19,874. Let Thornhill put you in a new Mitsubishi for under 20 grand.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Welcome back, everybody, as we are here on the island in Logan, West Virginia. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as we are getting set for Logan and Sissonville, about 5.5 minutes away from tip-off, as we talked about Logan in the pre-gaming. And Logan coming in at 16-5 or 14-7, depending on how you want to look at things with the forfeits and everything coming in. We're going to choose to count them just in case. Again, that's how we tend to roll here as far as that goes.
Do you blame us?
No, definitely not. They won those ball games.
That's right.
That's how we're going to choose to look at it. Well, then you look at Sissonville on the other side. Again, they're coached by Benjamin Panel. And these two teams, ironically, both last appeared in the state tournament together in 2012. Neither has made it back since then. And Sissonville's had a really, really difficult year. Last year they were 4-18. It's kind of continued into this year. They started 2-6. Then they lost 6 in a row to go to 2-12. But they have won 3 of their last 5 games. They beat Herbert Hoover, Nitro. They hung tough with Polka, losing 55-49. However, Noah Rittinger may be out for the year for Polka. That's a huge developing story. We'll try and talk about that in a minute as well.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then they beat Wayne 64-62 on Saturday on a last-second layup by Brody Danbury with 1.2 seconds left to help them get that victory. So this is a Sissonville team that earlier on in the decade with Rich Skeens and company had a lot of very good ball clubs. Actually knocked Chapmanville out of a chance to go to the state tournament in 2010 when Harry Kirk was there at Chapmanville. So they've had a lot of success, but here as of late it's been a little bit more daunting for the Sissonville Indians.
Well, teams go through different turns, Chris, and there's rebuilding and and reloading that must take place, and Sissonville's attempting to do that. And, a down year this year. But, again, the funny thing about West Virginia basketball, and this is probably the thing I love the most, you could literally lose every single game in your regular season. But when it comes sectional time, you can go on a hot streak, go on a run, and make it all the way to the state tournament. That's the beauty of it, is the regular season, it matters, of course, for seeding, and it's important. But in all honesty, you get hot at the right time, you can go. And that's what all these teams are looking to do. They're looking to play their best basketball at this time of the season, and they have the potential to do so, do the Indians, and they're looking to play spoiler tonight on senior night here in Logan, as Logan honored their seniors before the game. You had the team manager Dakota Jones was honored, and cheerleader Lexi Luther, the only senior cheerleader this year, and then of course the two seniors on the basketball team, Noah Cook and David Early, playing their last home game here at Willie Acres Arena for the Wildcats, and both guys got a standing ovation, as they deserve. So should be a fun night here. Don't know how long we will see David Early in the game. That's really going to be the story to watch. How many minutes does he play tonight?
Yeah, and I thought it was cool, too. They actually honored the cheering section. They've been very loyal throughout the season, showing up at all the games and being a big part of everything. So Alice Akers and company, they came out and honored them, and Zach Green did with certificates prior to the game as well. But, going back to what you said about catching fire late in the season, we saw some Logan teams that, we didn't see it. We weren't born yet, but in the 70s and 80s and so forth, we just got half our audience out there. Just shut up, Nathan. But, I listened to my father tell all the stories and read some of the books on it and everything else. So, it can happen, obviously.
Oh, yeah. There was a Birch team years ago. They would play the hardest possible schedule they could play. They had 3 wins and made a run to the state tournament. So, it can be done, and that's the beauty of high school basketball in West Virginia. And, there's a lot of talk about rules changing, especially, implementing shot clocks and things of that nature. And, part of me would love to see it, then part of me likes to keep it, this way. I don't know. It's something James and I talked about on our last broadcast that we did together, and I'm sure eventually you and I will get into it. And, of course, we're seeing modern basketball change. The NBA All-Star Game had the new
I love that.
The new ending, the way they do the untimed fourth quarter, which was interesting. And then, the basketball tournament does that as well. College is looking at some potential rule changes, and seems like everything is a change in here as we head into 2020 and beyond.
As Bob Dylan said, the times they are a-changing.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
It was.
Thank you. It was corny but beautiful. I'll take it.
Corny but beautiful. I think that should be your nickname.
Pretty much I am in class, too. I'll tell a joke. Kids are like, really? Just don't.
Yes.
Just get to the content. Let's roll, Mr. Kid.
Yeah.
But, that'll be a part of a lot of things moving forward as to how to maybe change this, change that. Again, and I respect the innovation part of everything. There's still a lot of people that don't necessarily like the system where if you lose in sectionals, you get another chance. I typically like it.
I actually do enjoy that.
I do. I think it's great. I think you get some of the best teams that get to the states now. It's nothing against the other schools, but, you don't have those weak regions anymore. It's typically going to be a strong team that's getting there.
Let me run this by you since we've got a minute here, and this is a little off topic for basketball. But baseball season's right around the corner. Of course, pitchers and catchers have reported, and it was told to me today by the same gentleman who came up with the All-Star Game ending. He's been thinking of a new way to do baseball games because, everybody wants to speed the game up for baseball.
Yeah.
He is talking about an expanding strike zone. And what I mean by that is the first strike is a smaller strike zone than normal. The second strike would be the normal strike zone you have now. Then the third strike zone would be a bigger strike zone where you're forcing pitchers now to throw early pitches that guys have to hit, and putting the ball in play and cutting that average pitch count down from the average batter in Major League Baseball does 4 pitches per at-bat, where you could cut that down to 3.5. You've essentially cut a lot of time off.
Yeah, I think that would be really fascinating where you go forward. Again, I like that we're thinking. I like that we're trying to change things. I think that's always a fascinating idea, as it looks like they're getting ready to start with player introductions here at the moment. I'm not sure if we'll do the national anthem first or if we'll go to player introductions right away.
They usually do player introductions first. I believe that's what we'll go with here.
Okay, well, I tell you what, while we're doing that, Nathan, it's time now for our Logan Regional Medical Center keys to the game. And what do you see as the key for the Wildcats here tonight?
I think Logan just needs to play Logan basketball, Chris. They need to come out. They need to play good defense, use their press early, force turnovers, play good defense. and they need shooters to knock down shots. And, they struggled a little bit here and there last week without Early. Early's back now. They get their leader. I want to see these young guys show their confidence. I want to see these young guys not be afraid to shoot. That's what I'm hoping to see here, along with the return of Early. So if Logan can do that, I think they get out of here tonight with a win on senior night.
Well, those are your Logan Regional Medical Center keys to the game, and the key to your health care is with Logan Regional Medical Center, offering care for every stage of life, from the Women's Center to pediatrics and primary care physicians. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you. As the lights go down here at Willie Acres Arena, it's the light show getting underway right now. And, something that wanted to kind of talk about as well. Again, we saw Chapmanville's new light show on Tuesday night at Danny Gobby Gymnasium. Very impressive what they were able to do. And, we had a few people that got a little rankled whenever we talked about how we mentioned that, Logan had started, it was kind of reminiscent of doing those. Again, it's not trying to say it's a knockoff, okay? Everyone, please calm down. Again, we get everyone that gets so rankled over every little thing that goes into these broadcasts, okay? Again, it is just something that was mentioned because Logan had started it, and it was something that needed to be obliged going into it. Doesn't mean it was any better, any worse, anything like that. Both are extremely impressive. It's awesome that they do it. We are here to bring you entertainment and to have a good time, okay? So let's do that tonight. Let's have a positive evening and a fun evening here from Willie Acres Arena and try and enjoy some high school basketball.
Please send all hate tweets to Chris Kidd.
It comes anyway. Again, I have an agenda evidently in every game that I broadcast. Again, I don't.
We know you do, Chris. It's okay.
I do. I love doing these games. It's a lot of fun, and I tend to laugh whenever I see some of the things that are out there. I want people, to have a positive experience whenever they're watching, listening to these games and everything else. And just as a reminder, it is high school basketball. As David Early makes his final introduction appearance here in a Logan Wildcat uniform. And again, could be the final home game that Logan plays with this senior class. Again, if they end up winning the section, they would get another. But if not, this could be the final road for Noah Cook and David Early here from Willie Acres Arena. Well, as the national anthem gets ready to get underway, we'll step aside for a 2-minute break and be back for the tip-off right after this, as you are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on video productions.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Do you need to see a doctor fast? At Logan Regional Medical Center Primary Care Walk-In Clinic, we know your time is valuable. Our new facility is designed to provide patients with the opportunity to walk in and quickly be seen by the doctor without having to make an appointment. We are open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 384 Airport Road in Chapmanville. For more information, please call 304-239-8090.
We are back here at Willie Acres Arena as the national anthem underway. National Anthem completed here from Willie Acres Arena. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as we are getting set to go to action here between the 16-5 Logan Wildcats and the 5-14 Sissonville Indians.
Yeah, we got a big game here tonight, Chris. Lexi Luther, senior cheerleader for Logan High School, singing the national anthem. And again, this is her senior night as well.
So it'll be Mitchell Hayner to jump it up from the center circle. He'll go up against Joseph Udo, a junior for the Indians. We're glad you're with us tonight on WVOW, LoganWildcats.tv, and Video Productions as the tip is controlled by Sissonville. They'll be going right to left across your computer screen and radio dial as they wear their all-red uniforms with white trim and black lettering. Logan in their all-white uniforms. They go down low to Udo. Turnaround shot, no good. Gets his own rebound back, puts it up, no good again. Rebound tipped into the left corner, and Udo controls.
Udo, if he can use his body underneath, he will have an advantage on the block especially.
Kick it back out front. Now Sissonville will run the offense from the top of the key as Bryce Myers, sophomore, drives in. Tough left-handed layup off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Garrett Williamson. They'll kick it over to Glick. Glick pulls inside the right side, now kicks it back out front as they swing it over to Early. Early with that big sleeve on his left leg, drives in left side on Udo, puts up the left hand, and David Early with his first points in the last week and a half.
And how did David Early look there? Didn't look like he was hurting too bad.
Well, so look like David Early of old right there. In the last game he played, he scored 42 points in the win over Polka. So they swing it over left side. Sissonville looking for their first bucket of the game as Brody Danbury kicks it up top. Now here's Dylan Griffin. He had 20 points in the win over Wayne. Tough fadeaway jumper as Griffith falls to the ground. No good. It's an air ball and out of bounds over to Logan.
What a very tough shot there. Looked like Griffin was trying to draw a foul, unable to get it though.
So now here comes Williamson across the timeline. 2-0 Logan leads it early stages of the first quarter. Now here's Noah Cook on the right wing. Top of the key for Hayner, over to Glick on the left side. Again, this young Logan group able to knock off Man and Winfield without Early. Now Early on the right wing, three on the way. No good as it grazes the front iron, and rebound comes down to Myers. Myers pushes the pace into the front court, but loses it, stripped from behind by Glick. Glick now 1-on-2, drives in, gets by Danbury. Layup is good on the left side, and Glick with his first two.
Finished with the left hand too, Chris. Not an easy shot for Jaron Glick, but nicely done.
4-0 now Wildcats. At top of the key is Griffith. Over to the left. Gives it off. Brandon Bailey, senior, picks up his dribble, looks for help, swings it over to Myers. Myers now over to Udo. Udo out beyond the three-point line on the left side. He'll pull up for three, but a whistle and a traveling call will go against Udo, and that gives it back to Logan.
Yeah, moved his pivot foot, and that's going to get the travel call every time. Now Logan's done a good job, though, Chris, here on defense, forcing turnovers and bad shots here on the Indians.
Now here comes Williamson across the timeline. 4-0, Logan leads it. 2 minutes gone in the opening quarter. Now over to Cook on the left wing. Cook, top of the key for Early. Early now drives in on Udo, gets one-on-one, able to force his way in, gets the foul, shot off the mark, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
And good news for Logan fans, David Early is fine.
Yeah.
As you can tell, he's got the same pep in his step, same moves, can still get in under the basket and do what he has to do. I think those 2 games off really helped him maybe rest a little bit and rejuvenate.
So that explosiveness is still there as Early misses on the first free throws. It rattles in and out.
You know, we've been seeing him, Chris, more and more as the season has went on, not settling for outside threes unless he's absolutely open and making good decisions going into the basket with the ball.
Second free throw is good. Early's got 3 early points, and Logan leads at 5-0. And Early breaking that all-time scoring mark held by Paul Herbert Williamson and then Shayna Gore. As a travel as getting across midcourt was Griffith, and he took 2 giant steps, and they give it back over to the Wildcats.
Yeah, those 2 steps there are not going to happen. That is definitely a travel. And Wildcats again with their pressure, forcing turnovers, causing havoc on the Sissonville Indians as Glick is open for 3.
He'll take it, and Jaron Glick able to connect. And boy, is he starting to come on as of late. Had 16 points in that win over Man last week, and he's got 5 thus far tonight.
Yeah, and that was a nice shot, too. Nice open look, and that's a shot you want him to take, no hesitation.
Udo on the left wing, 8-0. Logan leads it as we close in on 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Udo drives in, swooping one-hander, no good. Rebounded by Williamson.
Good defense by Early without fouling.
Now swings it over to Hayner on the left wing. Nice head fake by Hayner, gets all the way in, and he's walloped as he gets to the basket that time. His foul's going to go against Brody Danbury.
Danbury, I think, was sitting there going, hey, isn't the wrist a part of the ball? But
the wrist in the head isn't that part of the ball?
He hacked him. I mean, he did get some of the basketball. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he was going for it, but he got a whole lot of everything else of Mitchell Hayner that time as his free throw up and good.
And making him earn it from the line, that's for sure.
And Hayner, he had 2 big games. He really stepped up with that early.
He absolutely did. He played such a good ball game against the Hillbillies and against the Generals of Winfield last week. He was really the driving force in that win against Winfield.
Yeah, the 6'5 junior had 20 points against Man and then had 18 against Winfield, and he sinks both free throws as Logan has jumped out to a 10-0 lead, almost another turnover, but Udo at the free throw line now spins all the way in, turnaround shot off the back iron, rebound tipped out long, picked up there. Free throw line jumper up and good by Dylan Griffith as a bit of a sporadic possession, but Griffith able to sink the jumper.
Sometimes the Benny Hill possession works for you.
Now Early bulldozers his way in on the right side, but too much on that layup attempt and rebounded by Udo. Across timeline comes Myers, stutter steps, takes it all the way in on the left side, and a nice move by Bryce Myers for his first bucket.
That was a tough shot by Myers. He's rocking those Larry Bird shorts tonight.
Now here's Williamson looking to answer back. He spins into the paint, but his shot too strong, and rebound taken back by Sissonville. So the Indians settling in here after trailing 10-0. It's now 10-4 as Griffith loses footing again, driving in, but able to find his man out front as Myers resets as we're midway through the first quarter. Myers now drives in, tough fadeaway on Hayner, can't get it to bank in, and rebounded by David Early.
Logan doing a good job not fouling here early on these tough shots by Sissonville.
A nice move there on Udo as he put him in the torture chamber and ended up drawing the foul on him again. So that's 2 foul on Joseph Udo.
And that's a guy that Sissonville really wants to get going is Udo, as tall as he is and the size that he has. That is one area that Logan does not have much of an advantage on teams, Chris, is their size. Early's probably about their biggest guy, either he or Hayner. Early is a good 6'4", 5'6", somewhere in that range, depending. It depends on who you ask how tall he is. But Early's a big guy underneath. But in other terms, a lot of players in the state have a little bit of a size advantage. Early sinks the first free throw.
That's already 3 team fouls against Sissonville, none against Logan thus far, as Early gets both free throws. He's got 5 points now, and the lead back up to 8 at 12-4.
Well, against Man last week, Logan had 18 fouls in the third quarter, and then they only finished with 9, I believe. So they can play without fouling.
Now here's Griffith on the right wing, drives in, kicks out to Myers, now to Udo. He's left alone. Now he'll drive in on Early, lost the dribble and taken away by Cook. Outlet pass for Glick, gets behind the defense. Nice cut up two, and nice defense there by Sissonville. Myers was able to catch up and being able to bother Glick enough to miss that shot. Myers on the other end, down on the right block, looking for help, gets it over to Griffith. He'll retreat to the 3-point line, now back to Myers.
Crowd wanted to foul on Myers, but I don't know he made any contact.
Udo back up top as we're down to 3:03 to go in the first quarter. Logan leads Sissonville 12-4 here on senior night.
Sissonville hasn't had many actual setup plays that have worked. They've and there's a charge.
Yeah, Griffith barreled in and ended up running over top of Glick, it appeared, he or Cook, and that's a charge on him.
And Sissonville really picking up a lot of fouls here. That's going to be the 4th team foul on the Indians, and I'm going to make a quick substitution. But again, like I said, Chris, Sissonville's really kind of had to make something out of nothing because their set plays against Logan haven't been working at all.
And Dylan Lucas checks into the game for the Indians as Williamson on the right side up top. Hayner all alone for 3, no good off the front iron, but Glick there to pick up the offensive rebound. He'll dribble into the left corner. No one followed him. He takes the 3, but over the rim, no good, and now rebound taken by Myers. He'll race across midcourt, drives in on Williamson, whistle, and a charge called. And that'll give it back over to Logan, and Myers not happy with the call. He didn't feel like Williamson was set.
It was a bang-bang play. I didn't really get a good look at it to see if it was a charge or a block. The Sissonville bench doesn't like it. But I'll tell you this, Chris, I think Glick was so surprised at how open he was because he just overshot the basket. He had a good look at it.
I was going to say, he got the offensive rebound, just dribbled into the corner, and everyone was just like, oh, was I supposed to follow him? Now here's Cook. He'll take a left corner 3, and he'll bury it. Noah Cook, the senior, gets his first points of the game.
And that's a big shot from Noah Cook. He is one that can really get hot in a hurry.
And you can see where Noah's cheer section is up there at the top across the way here.
Oh, yeah. He's quite the popular one. And was able to be an honor student all 4 years, too.
Oh, tough fadeaway by Dylan Griffith that time, hand in his face and everything, and sinks it.
Can't play no better defense than that. Griffith just knocked it down. Oh my goodness.
Nasty crossover by David Early as jocks and shoes and everything left behind on that by the Sissonville defense. As Hurley's got 7 points now and the lead back to 11. Driving baseline, cut off, ball lost by Lucas and taken away by Hayner. He'll lob it up head to Early, brings up the right side, drives in, stutter steps by Griffith, kicks it in the corner, Glick for three, no good off the front rim, rebounded by Udo underneath, and a foul committed by Garrett Williamson on the rebound.
Sissonville coaches wanted a charge called on early. They didn't get it. Coach is arguing right now, but they did get the foul on Williamson. That cross up by David Early. My goodness.
Yeah, that was definitely D1 caliber.
Oh, yeah. Man. What do you do? How do you guard that, Chris?
I tell you what, though, Sissonville, they have got some fantastic mullets on this team.
They really do. I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it, but, man, they should be proud of those.
It is. We've seen 3 or 4 of them. I mean, it is flowing locks out here.
Absolutely. Ricky Morton would be proud.
As Udo, turnaround jumper from the right baseline, and Udo able to get his first bucket to fall.
That was a nice shot from Udo. Got good position underneath and just used his body and got there, and Early goes in.
Can't finish with the left hand, ball knocked loose. Early saves it, finds Cameron Hensel, who's just checked in. Out to Williamson. Williamson fakes, takes a 3, no good off the back iron. Rebound fought for underneath and torn out by Danbury. Now up ahead, Myers behind the back. Nice ball fake as he gets all the way in. Bryce Myers finishes.
Bryce Myers, nice fake and make there as he faked the pass and went up and finished. Nice play from Myers.
And he went behind the back to get by Early and then faked the pass in order to get the defender to commit, and he was able to lay it in. So 17-10, Sissonville's been able to withstand this storm by Logan thus far, as Logan will hold for 1.
We'll go back to the previous possession when Garrett Williamson took that contested 3. He had some space, and I like the shot from him. I think that's a shot 2 games ago he wouldn't have taken. He would have kicked it out. I think that shows confidence Garrett Williamson has.
Now we're down to 6 seconds. Williamson over to the left side. Back out front for Cook. Cook dribbles in. Tough fadeaway jumper off the front iron. Rebound tipped out, and that'll do it for the first 8 minutes of play as Logan leads Sissonville 17-10. We'll be back after this as you are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action right here on WVSU, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions. And just 6
going.
It's war on the roads. Bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt.
What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money. You should get paid when you're injured,
Including your pain and suffering.
and we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Because around here,
You matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, and 2020 makes it 45 years of offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They're the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, and Logan with its own crematory. Contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Start of quarter number 2 here from Willie Acres Arena. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you, with Faith Bannister and Brittany Fury in the WVOW studios engineering tonight, with Cam Strobel here on Video Productions as Aiden Slack opens up the second quarter with a right elbow jumper, and Slack gets his first bucket.
And Slack's another guy that played good last week during Early's absence. He really stepped up and made some big shots for the Wildcats.
Udo, nice drive, kicks it off underneath, ball knocked loose. As into the game is Bryson Jordan. He'll kick it out to Griffith. He'll take another tough jumper and connects again.
That was a tough shot there.
Yeah, you go back to Slack. He had big game, 14 against Man, 18 against Winfield. As Early drives in right side and misses, gets his own rebound back. He'll put it back up and in.
Good take by Early and good box out as he was able to get there and get the rebound. And Logan's keeping the press on here during this ball game.
He's got 9 points now in the early portion of the second quarter. It's Griffith, double teamed on the right side, pass knocked away from Lucas. Hensley on the ground, able to save it over to Early. Now Early across the midcourt. Ooh, laser pass over to Glick with the left hand. Slack rather. Slack drives baseline, kicks it out front. Now back to Early. Early takes a deep three from the top of the key, in and out, no good. Rebound fought for, and Jordan grabs it, and they're going to get a foul on Noah Cook.
And that's a shot Early used to take a lot more often, especially, previous years. But he's not taking as many of those anymore these days. Normally he would drive, but he had enough space there to pull up from three, Chris. I like that shot from Early because they're going to need him to make long-distance shots as they go through sectionals.
Yeah, and, it's something that we talked about even in years past, that he's so strong, why doesn't he drive more? And now a foul on Slack as he reached in across midcourt. But, he's done much more of that this year, and he's used his size to his advantage and his strength to his advantage. And, it's been a really smart turn by David Early the last year and a half or so doing that. But, he still shows he's got that outside ability, and it does cause a lot of problems for the defenders on what to commit to in certain possessions. It's 21-12. Logan leads it. 6.5 minutes to go before halftime. As they go to Udo. Udo double-teamed, almost stripped. Now he takes it right into the paint, drives in, and it's fouled on the way to the basket, so he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, and that's one area that Udo can really get you is going to the rim and forcing you to foul him. Cameron Hensley's in the ball game, and we've seen Hensley. He's very aggressive when he plays defense, but that foul goes on Slack, looks like. It's his second.
I was going to say, it's big. That's two on him real quick as Udo hits on the first free throw. He's got 3 points.
And this Logan crowd, good crowd here tonight for senior night.
And the second free throw falls, and Sissonville continues to linger as they trail at 21-14.
Absolutely. It's been interesting, Chris, to see that Garrett Williamson has kind of assumed more of the point guard role for the Wildcats as this season's went on.
Now Early will drive baseline on Griffith, goes in with the left hand, and just too strong for Griffith that time.
Yeah, Early's so strong. You got to really play tough defense on him to keep him from going baseline like that and just scoring.
Well, they didn't put the second point up for Sissonville. The scoreboard reached 23-13, should read 23-14 right now. As Griffith underneath for Jordan. Jordan on the right block, fakes on Hensley. He'll go up and finish.
I'm sure they will adjust that, and they did.
Okay, there we go. Now here's Slack, drives in right side, gets in on Udo. Tough shot over the big man, no good. Rebound comes out long. Now here comes Myers. One-on-one with Williamson in the front court. Now it's cut off by Williamson. Good defense by him. Hits Lucas trailing on the play, and Dylan Lucas lays it in. And that's going to draw a timeout here from Zach Green as Sissonville trailing by 11 in the first quarter. Now it's sliced it down to 5. Well, just a reminder that Nationwide Insurance agent Greg Dalton is a proud supporter of Logan Wildcat Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-752-8300. Greg Dalton Insurance with offices on Main Street in Logan and Main Street in Chapmanville. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. Well, Nathan, you and I talked about it in the pregame, how Sissonville, they had just a dog of a season coming in here until their last 5 games or so. We're 2-12, then won 3 of their last 5, and we talked about teams playing their best down the stretch. Sissonville really looks good right now.
Yeah, Myers has done a really good job with his court vision, Chris. He's been doing a great job finding cutters, finding trailers, finding guys who are trying to get to the rim and even kind of faking Logan out a little bit. He's done a great job for Sissonville so far.
23-18 Logan as Hensley drives in. Thought about a pass, but goes up with a shot, and Cameron Hensley able to bank it in.
He had a good angle on it, did Cameron Hensley, and able to get some points on the board for the Wildcats here as we're 5 minutes left here in this second quarter.
And Hensley had 7 points in the win over Winfield as Griffith puts up another tough shot. This one spins in and out. Udo bangs it off the backboard, controlled by Slack. Sissonville trying to tie him up, but can't get it. Now up ahead is Hensley. He'll drive in left side, takes a nice jump step and gets into the paint, lays it in.
And David Early applauds as he was the one that had the outlet pass there and watching these young players for Logan finish. And how about that?
27-18. Myers now drives all the way in. Wow, there's a freight train driving in there. I don't know how he didn't slam it off the backboard.
Yeah, and he had something to say to Slack, too, on his way back.
27-20, over to Williamson, corner 3, and Garrett Williamson bangs it home.
Confident shot from Garrett Williamson. This is exactly what this Logan team has needed all year. Cameron Hensley on the ground.
Yes, defense picks up over to Early. Now ahead to Williamson, drives in left side, no good. Udo bothered it. Now Carson Kirk gets the offensive rebound, out to Slack. He'll take a 3, buries it.
And again, Chris, Logan has gotten more and more confidence, and there's a timeout from Sissonville, full timeout.
We'll take it as well with 4:09 left in the first half. Back after this as you are watching Wildcat basketball and listening right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, and 2020 makes it 45 years of offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They're the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, and Logan with its own crematory. Contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Do you need to see a doctor fast? At Logan Regional Medical Center Primary Care Walk-In Clinic, we know your time is valuable. Our new facility is designed to provide patients with the opportunity to walk in and quickly be seen by the doctor without having to make an appointment. We are open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 384 Airport Road in Chapmanville. For more information, please call 304-239-8090.
4:09 remaining here in the first half as Logan has gone on a nice spurt as they've gone on a 10-2 run in just the last minute. As Chris Kidd and Nathan Bushill with you, as Griffith is bumped on the jumper and fouled, misses off the back iron, but he'll go to the free throw line.
But yeah, again, Chris, on that run there, you saw early with an outlet pass, a Cameron Hensley layup. You saw a Garrett Williamson pull up three. You saw Aiden Slack hit a three. These Logan freshmen, sophomores are really stepping up here late in the season, and this has got to be what Coach Zach Green's wanted to see all year. It almost seemed like they were timid and they wanted to rely a little bit more on David Early than they really needed to.
Griffith off the back iron with the first free throw. Second one rims out, and Early with the rebound. And again, this is a Sissonville team. They allow 68 points per game while only averaging 55. Logan averages 66 while giving up 57 as Early gets all the way to the rack. Counted him a foul as he takes it in on the right side.
I tell you what, if you're a Logan basketball fan, you were going to miss that. David Early can just get to the rim and put one up at will.
I mean, think about the talent that we lose this year from the Logan and Chapmanville. Yeah, you got, Early, Obina, Philip Mullins, Andrew Scholl. It's down the line. Just going to be tough not having all these players around. Feels like we've had them here for almost 10 years now.
Most of them are four-year starters. So, it is. And there's a three from Carson Kirk.
Yeah, missed on the free throw by Early. Logan with the rebound. Kirk can't convert, but saved by Slack into Hensley. He throws it in as he goes to the ground. What a play by Cameron Hensley.
And he's playing very aggressive tonight, Chris, and working hard is Cameron Hensley as Logan's forced another turnover.
Cook comes up with it over to Slack, gets a good look for three, no good off the front rim, and rebounded by Griffith.
That one would have went in, this place would have exploded.
37-20 Logan as driving in hard and taking a big foul is Brandon Bailey, and he'll go to the line. And again, this was 23-18 just a little over 2 minutes ago, and Logan has exploded now on an 18-2 or 14-2 run.
Yeah, they have, and it's been such a good run for the Wildcats here. Really picking it up here on senior night as they've almost doubled up Sissonville.
That's Bailey's first free throw up and good. And again, we'll see this Sissonville team again on Tuesday night. Again, I'll be in Chapmanville with video productions. You and Joe Linville will be with Man and Van. Don't say that too fast.
I'm going to start practicing now.
So now second free throw for Bailey. On the way, this one rattles in and out, no good.
Now here come the Wildcats again, going to slow it down a little bit. And, I made this comparison last week. As you see Carson Kirk and Noah Cook in the game, these are two very similar players, and I think they are grooming Carson Kirk for that Noah Cook role.
I agree, and sometimes it's hard to tell them apart as they go down low to Hayner, tries to get his pivot foot in the right spot, but rejected underneath by Jordan. Ooh. Now the ball fought for, and they say out of bounds was Bailey as he went crashing to the ground underneath the basket.
But we saw Kirk last week and Cook really playing that front court or that back court defense that you want to see that they could do, and they were forcing 5 seconds of turnovers. Cook now drives into the lane.
Oh, tough drive by Cook and gets it to Dedden off the backboard and fall through. Nice touch by Noah Cook. He's got 5 points.
And his defense is so important to this Wildcat team, and he can score when he has to. You see Kirk as he gets a foul.
Yeah, he tried to reach around Myers to take that pass away and gets called for the reach-in. That'll be number 2 on Kirk.
Yeah. He's a very aggressive player, is Kirk, but he's very talented.
Now let's see if looks like this is going to put Sissonville on the 1-1. They've got 16 fouls against both squads, and that will put Logan over the limit. as Trey Brown set to check in. Early on the bench and has been here for the last couple of minutes. So like we said, we'll see how long they go with him tonight on senior night.
You may not see much of him in the second half as Trey Brown's going to come in here. And Trey Brown, the sniper for the Logan Wildcats, is this guy can heat up from downtown in a hurry.
Yeah, he is a great three-point specialist. Again, if you get to watch him in JV basketball, I mean, this kid is absolutely a gunner. And he can fill it up.
Well, they got a backcourt in JV. It's he and Scotty Brown, and they just absolutely will light you up if they get the chance.
That's the first free throw on the 1-and-1, no good. Missing off to the right by Myers, and Sissonville's left some points on the board on the free throw line. That's their fourth miss now here in this quarter.
Absolutely.
They get it to Glick. He drives by. Myers gets all the way to the bucket, and there's Jaron Glick. And, man, has he been more aggressive as of late as well.
Yeah, Jaron Glick's played some great ball lately, Chris. He's getting aggressive. He's also going and driving and playing some great defense.
41-21, Logan leads it as Udo drives in. Going to get a whistle and a travel call on him. And that gives it back to Logan with 2:13 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's good for Logan to see this kind of night for him, as everything seems to be going right for the Wildcats here in this first half. You know, they had a little bit of a bump earlier. Sissonville was in it. But since that big run, Logan has really not looked back so far.
It's Cook with it on the left wing. Top of the key. Here's Brown. Deep three. Oh, off the front iron. It looked good all the way. And rebound is fought for, and loose ball foul going to go against Logan as they're going to get Hensley on it. And Hensley and Sissonville player now talking in the backcourt. The officials don't see this. They better get over here and break this up. And now a double technical called on both players. Again, none of the officials were paying attention to he and Myers jawing in the backcourt, and they both get teed up.
Yeah, definitely do. As Myers and Hensley, you hear an ovation for Hensley right now from the cheering section, and see what the referees are going to say on this double technical here.
And again, Hensley, he is a fiery competitor. He comes in and he may get 8, 10, 12 minutes a night depending on what it is. He uses his fouls. He's out there.
He is an aggressive ball player.
Yeah, and you know what? He is so fun to watch play defense. That's what his big role is, but he started to come on the offensive end. But he's someone that is going to defend himself out there, and he's not going to be afraid to talk back if you're talking to him. And, that's you see Zach Green talking to him down there right now, but he's just got a really competitive personality about him.
Absolutely, and you know what? You don't blame the officials there on those technicals either.
As Jordan misses the front end of the 1-and-1 for Sissonville, taken away by Logan. They lead at 41-21. Brown on the right wing gets it up top. Driving in is Aiden Martin. He's cut off. Now back out front for Hayner. They'll reset the offense.
Hayner pulled it out for three there. Long three didn't go.
And rebound comes down underneath, taken away by Bailey. Now here comes Lucas into the front court with 90 seconds left in the first half as he hands it off to Griffith. It was a 23-18 game, and Logan has gone on an 18-3 run, and now whistling a foul out front as Griffith hits the deck, and it looks like they're going to get Aiden Martin on the push. Or a block rather, so that'll send Griffith back to the line.
And this is a good moment for Aiden Martin to get a little time here with the varsity in this ball game as well. This is going to be another guy that they've got going forward in the future, the Logan Wildcats. They're going to need him.
Yeah, you watch their JV team, and they're very fun to watch. I mean, they've got a lot of talent on that club. As that free throw rattles in and out for Griffith. Another miss. He's missed 3 in a row. Now Glick over to Brown. Left wing three on the way. That time off the mark. Rebounded underneath by Glick and whistling a push. Will go against Lucas.
And that'll be 1-and-1 now, I believe, for Logan.
Yeah, that'll put Sissonville over the limit. That'll be number 7 on them with 1:13 to go in the second quarter.
Everybody sitting at home that hasn't seen guys like Trey Brown play or sitting there going, you guys talk how good of a shooter he is, and he's missed 2. I'm telling you, this kid gets 1 to go. Watch out. He will heat up.
It's free throw off the mark for Glick, rebounded by Sissonville. And, I watched him in that JV game up in Polka, and I bet he had 3 straight threes down the floor. And, I mean, they were just pure, just straight through. And now a steal by Martin over on the left side. What a job by him jumping the passing lane.
Yeah, he read that perfectly.
Now here's Hayner up the right side behind his back. Over to Martin. He'll jack up a 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Griffith underneath.
The whole bench was up wanting that one to go for Aiden Martin.
Now we're down to 45 seconds left in the first half. Griffith, nice spin move, almost lost it. Gets the ball back at the free throw line. Now to Jordan, back out front for Lucas. Down to 36 seconds. Lucas drives in to Udo. Had an open look from the free throw line. Nice move as he gets to the basket and throws it down.
That was a nice dunk from Udo there. Got to give credit. One-handed slam.
Yeah, I was about to lament him for not taking the jumper from the free throw line. Well, you can get a better shot like that. I suppose so. Again, I don't have that ability, so that shot was going up if that was me.
I touched the rim once, but the backboard had fell.
Yeah, I was going to say they had to take the ladder away from me when I touched the rim. Down to 10 seconds. It's Brown over to the right, now to Glick, top of the key, dribbles to the left side, out front, Hayner, 4 seconds. Hayner drives in, cut off, back out front with 1 second. Brown will have to heave one at the horn. Count it for Clay Brown, and there's what we're talking about, Nathan. Got it with just 1 second on the clock. Got his feet set and buried a three as Logan leads at 44-23 as we head into the half. Well, we'll step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll break down the first half of action here from Willie Acres Arena as you are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, and 2020 makes it 45 years of offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They're the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, and Logan with its own crematory. Contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Hurt in a car wreck, this is one room most people want to avoid.
It's a courtroom.
Insurance companies know that we work to get the best settlement before court. But if they won't pay up, our work is here. It's about your health, your money, and your pain and suffering.
What you get matters. And our fee?
No worries. We don't get paid unless you do. Hurt in a car wreck?
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Because around here, you matter.
Call 346-5990.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
As we are at the half here from Willie Acres Arena on the island. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me Nathan Bush, with Kim Strobel, our engineer on Video Productions, and Faith Bannister and Brittany Fury back in the WVOW studios tonight for us, as it is 44-23 Logan at the half. And Nathan, it was 23-18 Logan with about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and then a 21-5 run just to rip this game wide open.
And when the Wildcats heat up, Chris, that's exactly what they can do. They can go out and just start shooting and knocking down shots, and then that defense will turn some people over. As one of the cheerleaders just flipped down the court a good half mile or so, the crowd erupted.
I think that was Skylar that just took off down that other end. Yeah, right now the Logan cheerleaders entertaining everyone with as many backflips as humanly possible down the floor, getting the AA state runner-ups, and also, again, they ended up getting the 2020 Game Day AA champions as well. So this Logan cheerleading squad extremely talented, and they only lose Lexi Luther, so they'll be looking to make a run at that AA state championship.
I mean, and you know what? You talk about the Logan cheerleaders. I mean, you got the Tug Valley cheerleaders in this area that are great. The man cheerleaders are always at the state competition every year. Give credit to all the local cheerleading squads. They all do a great job.
Yeah, I always tell them in school, I said it's much overlooked by a lot of people, and anyone that doesn't say it's a sport doesn't know what they're talking about. I mean, I had a sister that did this for Logan for 4 years, and, you know, you see the bumps, the bruises, the injuries, and it comes down to 2.5, 3 minutes for all these months of preparation.
Yeah, and let's be honest here, 2.5, 3 minutes, and you've got to be perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, anyone that says it's not a sport doesn't know what they're talking about. So
Absolutely.
again, congratulations to these girls and all the girls out there that cheerlead across the county and across the state, as they do a great service to the ball games in their own right, and also the coaches that spend the time with them. And right now we're about 5:45 to go before the second half. But, you saw Early really get his in the early going, and then it became more of the bench role players and even players beyond David Early that started to pick up the action. And really it was mostly them that went on the run in the second quarter and really helped build this lead. And, again, that young group continues to grow their already big confidence. It continues to balloon more and more come tournament time.
Yeah, and they're shooting shots, Chris, that maybe a couple months ago they wouldn't have shot. They're not, and they're wide open shots. They're shots you want them to take. It's just they were hesitant back a couple of months ago during the season. Now, as we're getting closer to tournament time, they're stepping up. They're shooting these shots. They're making them. And of course, you miss a few here and there, but they're shooting them, and that's what you want. You want your best possible shot that you can get. And the best thing about him is Logan is playing some of the best defense I've seen him play all year. Outside of the Chapmanville ball game, this may be one of their best defensive performances to date.
Yeah, and that's going to be, I think that's going to be the big difference come sectional finals, regional finals, state tournament. How do these young players on both ends respond? Again, you've seen Logan's be able to respond big time. You've seen Chapmanville stepping up a lot recently with Brody Dalton and Isaiah Smith. And, if it wasn't for Hunter Jeffrey coming off the bench and scoring 8 of his 9 points against Logan, they probably lose that game. And so you are starting to see the secondary players become more a part of this. And I think whenever you get to a sectional final, if it's Logan and Chapmanville again, or a regional final, if it's Logan Polka, Chapmanville Polka, or whatever, those players are going to play a mighty role in seeing who gets to Charleston and who doesn't.
Absolutely, and I want to see this Logan tag. Of course, I'd love to see all the county teams make it to the state championship, but I would love to see David Early and Noah Cook get to play one time in Charleston. They've not got to do it, and I'm hoping they get there this year because I think they both deserve it. They're both two great players, great kids. They deserve to be able to play on the Charleston State Championship floor.
Well, you look at the first half scoring on both sides. We'll start with Logan. They're being led by David Early with 13 points. Then you have Jaron Glick with 7 points. Cameron Hensley with 6 points. Aiden Slack with 5. Noah Cook with 5. Trey Brown with 3, Garrett Williamson with 3, and Mitchell Hayner with 2 points to round out the scoring as 8 players in the scorebook for Logan thus far here tonight. Then on the other end for Sissonville, they're being led by Dylan Griffith with 6 points, Joseph Udo with 6 points, Bryce Myers with 6 points, then Bryson Jordan with 2, Dylan Lucas with 2, and Brandon Bailey with 1 point to round out the scoring for the Sissonville Indians. Well, going into the second half, Nathan, again, it will be speculative as to how much David Early will play in the second half. Again, we're very certain he'll have a curtain call at some point here in the second half, but I'd imagine Logan will probably want to give him a few minutes out there just to make sure he's still fresh, make sure he's still got his groove back, and then they're going to be very careful with him as he head towards sectional play.
There's no sense in hurting him, playing him too much. Of course, you want him to get to play here on senior night, of course, and he and Noah Cook, I think, both deserve a curtain call, Chris, because, we talk about the greatness that is David Early. You got to mention Noah Cook in that same sentence. He's been here right beside Early every step of the way. Early's a great player, and Noah Cook's a great player as well. I love the way Noah Cook plays defense. I've been preaching it ever since I saw him play here the first time. That kid is an excellent defender. And that's something that goes unnoticed, but definitely both guys deserve a lot of praise tonight.
Well, 44-23, Logan leads it at the half. Nathan and I will step aside for a break and be back here in 2 minutes for the start of quarter number 3 as you are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action with us on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
See a doctor fast? At Logan Regional Medical Center Primary Care Walk-In Clinic, we know your time is valuable. Our new facility is designed to provide patients with the opportunity to walk in and quickly be seen by the doctor without having to make an appointment. We are open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 384 Airport Road in Chapmanville. For more information, please call 304-239-8090.
Drive home in a show-worthy vehicle with Thornhill and a new Buick, featuring new auto show cash available on select models. That's over $7,000 off 2019 Buick Encore, over $8,000 off 2019 Regal Touareg Sport Wagon, and over $9,000 off 2019 Buick Envision.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout Southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
Save in 2020 here at the home of under 20 grand. Thornhill Mitsubishi, Mirage G4, 11,115. Mirage Hatchback, 12,150. Outlander Sport, 19,874. Let Thornhill put you in a new Mitsubishi for under 20 grand.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Start of quarter number 3 here from Logan, West Virginia, here at Logan High School. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Nathan Bush with Cam Schroeder on video productions for engineering duties, and then you have Faith Bannister and Brittany Fury engineering for us back in the WVOW studios. As Sissonville has it first, going left to right across your computer screen and radio dial, with Logan going right to left, as immediately a rejection of Danbury as Sissonville gets it back, as Early got his paws on that, but Danbury had that game-winning layup in slow lane and hasn't scored tonight, and then right there Myers just went in and looked like he was almost trying to get that charge on Early and inflict as much pain as possible.
Myers looked like he was trying to go in at the goal line. My goodness.
Yeah, he just barreled right over top of Early that time, and they get the easy charge call on that one.
Yeah, really. My gosh, he sped up as he went into the lane.
And again, Myers, he ended up getting in that tussle with Cam Hensley at the end of the half, as driving in is Early on the right side, and Early will lay it up. He's got 15 points.
And nice pass from Garrett Williamson to get it to Early on the little alley-oop layup.
So they have doubled up Sissonville now. It's 46-23 in favor of the Wildcats, as driving is Danbury, trying to get in on Early, gets in too far, and misses off the side of the iron. Rebounded by Early. He'll bring it up slowly up the left side. And now Stutter steps on. Oh, what a laser pass into the corner now. Over to Glick for 3. No good. Rebound tipped out long and taken away by Sissonville as Bailey got it.
That's a pass you see in the NBA. You don't see passes like that in high school very often. And then the smart move by Williamson to kick it over to Glick.
Yeah, he just cupped that ball and slung it over, and now it's stolen by Cook. Drives in left side, gets the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2, as foul will go on Brandon Bailey.
Well, these are some rough fouls I'm seeing, Chris, right here. Sissonville is of the mindset, if you're going to drive in and lay it up, you're going to go to the line, and we're going to make sure you remember it.
I was going to say, they're not giving any cheapies away if they get the opportunity here tonight. They've made sure they've got their money's worth on their fouls.
Absolutely.
So now Cook, first free throw up and sinks it. He's got 6 points now in the evening. So he had 12 against Man last week and 4 against Winfield in those back-to-back wins.
Don't forget, tomorrow morning, the Hatcher Show at 9:30 with Justin Turner, Mark Hatcher, and myself. Get up, grab a cup of coffee, and we'll talk some basketball and hear from the coaches from around the area.
And second free throw off the mark by Cook. Rebound taken away by the Indians as Udo drives in right side. Triple team, gets the shot off. Can't get it to bank in. Rebound put back up. No good by Bailey. And now rebound torn out by Hayner. And a whistle and a foul underneath will go against Bailey again.
Yeah, and Sissonville wanted some foul there, it looked like. And they were underneath going up with it. But Logan had their hands straight up, didn't reach over. And the referees held the whistle.
47-23, Logan in control as they give it to Cook on the left wing. Dribbles back to the top of the key. Hands it off to Hayner, now to Williamson. Williamson, he'll get to the top of the circle. Back over to Early. He hands it off to Glick outside the three-point line. Now they go down low to Early. Early backing in, turnaround jumper, and it's there as Griffith just doesn't have the size to match up.
Yeah, Early had the mismatch underneath. Used a nice screen to get around there and create it, and got there, and easy put up for him.
Underneath, Udo had it poked away. Looked like Early got his hands on it, and it goes to Williamson. Up head to Glick in the left side. Glick, stutter steps, drives left baseline, puts up a layup and banks it home.
And Glick did a good job there, just driving baseline, finding open lane and getting there. And now Williamson almost got another steal.
And it's like there's 7 men on the floor right now for Logan. Sissonville, just everywhere they turn, there's a double team. So that'll be second foul on Garrett Williamson. It's 51-23 Logan with 5:33 to go in the third quarter.
Just Logan's first team foul of the half.
That's Griffith, top of the key. Now picks up his dribble, gets it over right side for Bailey, over to Udo on the right wing. He'll jack up a three from there. No good off the front rim. Rebound tipped around, still loose. Regain control by Bailey. Now back out front for Griffith. He tries to drive in on Cook. Tough step back jumper, no good. Rebounded again though by Sissonville, as Early tried to strip it away from Jordan, but they say he hacked him in the process.
Early laughing at a big smile at the official there. Thought he might have gotten all ball on that one. The refs will call foul, and that's going to be Logan's second team foul. Only Early's first personal.
And this is now a 28-5 run for Logan ever since it was 23-18 in the second quarter.
Unbelievable run the Wildcats have been on, Chris.
Udo steps back. Can't find an opening. Now gets it over to Myers. Myers dribbles inside the arc on the left side. Puts up the banker and gets it to go.
A nice shot there. Myers, tell you what, people sleep on Myers for Sissonville. This is a good ball player.
Yeah, he's got 8 points tonight. He's looked good as Hayner. Fadeaway jumper, and Hayner gets it to fall. He's got 4.
Like I said, people sleep on Mitchell Hayner. It's a good ball player. You can say that about a lot of guys on the court tonight for both sides.
It's been impressive what both teams.
Myers
move. Can't finish, but there's the putback as it goes in for Bailey.
And they what? Myers had a nice step there.
Now Logan controls it, 53-27. Early fouled on a fadeaway, but he can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the free throw line with 4:24 left in the third.
And that's just the moves that Early can do. It's almost like a cheat code in a video game. It's just, you shouldn't be able to do that. Just the moves, and he's just so light on his feet to be as big as he is. It's just not fair.
And again, Logan's been able to get down the floor and get good looks pretty quick as Early's first free throw bounces off the back rim and off the side of the rim and falls off.
Yeah, Early wanted that one to go. You can see he was frustrated it didn't fall.
Yeah, he's 3 of 6 from the line tonight.
Not one of his better nights shooting free throws.
Yeah, I was going to say, Early typically gets a ton of free throws either way, normally pretty reliable. But here's the second free throw up. Again, still his first game in about 2 weeks, so the second free throw misses as well. Rebound taken away by the Indians.
The free throw line will be the only place he hasn't looked like himself tonight as Glick knocks it out of bounds.
So caught up to Myers and pokes it away in front of the Sissonville bench. So Myers will inbound from just at the end of the Sissonville bench. So he'll lob it in for Udo. Udo finds a crease, drives baseline. Nice reverse layup as Logan left the baseline open and Udo takes advantage of it.
Hayner had to guard out either towards the top of the key or the baseline. Went top of the key, and Udo just found a place to get there.
As Hayner on the left wing, midway through the third quarter, Logan's lead is increased to 53-29. Now over to Glick. Glick gets a screen, wide open three, no good. Rebound taken away underneath. Nice box out there by Bryson Jordan.
And Early had a very nice off-ball screen there to spring Glick for 3.
Now here's Griffith across midcourt, guarded by Cook. Back up top for Myers. Still get a screen from Udo, but lost the ball out of bounds, and it'll go over to Logan.
And Logan has been so active tonight with their hands, Chris. That's got to be about the 10th ball that they've knocked loose on Sissonville. Sissonville really having a hard time holding on to the basketball.
Yeah, and that's really the difference between some of these top teams in AA. Like I was up in Bluefield on Saturday to do Bluefield and Fairmont Senior with video productions, and Bluefield, my goodness, I mean, their trap is just everywhere. They're so active, and then watching that game on Monday night with them in Shady Spring, I mean, that was just a very impressive high school basketball game as Williamson crashes to the deck as he drives in right side, can't convert on the layup. Rebound taken away by Sissonville. Here comes Griffith up top of the key. Swings it over to Bailey. Bailey dribbles around as Cook harassing. Now pass. Bailey didn't have his back turned. Almost lost it as Hayner knocked it away, but it will stay with Sissonville.
Yeah, and that right there was just almost a brain lapse there as Bailey just forgot to turn around and look for the ball.
So a 24-point lead for Logan as we hit the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Griffith spins to the free throw line, turnaround jumper, rattles around and falls home. And man, Dylan Griffith has had to earn his money on his points tonight.
But if he gets to that free throw line, Chris, in terms of shot, he is open. There's a block on Griffith. But if he gets to the free throw line and is able to create space there, he's got a shot. He'll knock it down.
As now comes Cameron Hensley and Aiden Slack back into the game. Udo quickly back into the game as well for Sissonville, and also Dylan Lucas checking back in for the Indians. As Logan will inbound from underneath. That's 5 team fouls against Sissonville here in the third quarter, 2 against Logan.
I'd say you'll see Early and Cook finish this quarter out, Chris, and then that'll probably be it for them tonight, maybe until about the last possession.
They try to get it into Early, and they're going to get a foul on Udo as he and Early were jostling for position, and Udo reached around on the inbounds.
That one could have went either way. I thought that would have been a good no call.
That's going to be another foul on Udo as we're down to 2:46 to go. Now Logan will be in the penalty the rest of the game. A slack baseline jumper, no good. Early gets the rebound, head fakes, goes up on Udo, ball fakes again, and able to get the conversion on the right side.
Udo played about as good a defense as you could play there. Early just able to get up and get a good angle.
Yeah, he didn't fall for any of the ball fakes, but Early still found a way to score. He's got 19 for the game. Now here's Myers over to the left. Kicks it off. Now over to Udo. Udo, tough pass inside, able to find his man, count it, and the foul on Cameron Hensley. As finishing on the play was Danbury, and that's his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, it looked like Danbury also had something to say to Cameron Hensley as well. Hensley not really making too many friends up in the Sissonville area tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I don't think he's worried about it, though.
Probably not going to have any Christmas cards coming in anytime soon, as Danbury misses on the free throw. Hensley on the rebound, but pass stolen away. Now Udo, top of the key, kicks it out. Myers goes from way outside and hits it. Wow, he was a good 6-7 feet behind the three-point line.
Yeah, that was a long-distance shot there for Myers. Had to call collect just to get through.
He's got 11 points now for the game. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 55-36 Logan as Williamson lost it off his foot, gives it to Cook inside the paint. No good on the turnaround. Rebounded underneath by Danbury. So he'll get it up ahead. Driving in is Lucas, lobs it cross court. Almost got away, but Bailey gets his hand on it. Back out front, Myers. He'll check up another deep three. This one off the front iron. Rebounded by Udo. He's at the left elbow. Pull-up jumper, and Udo gets it to fall.
Udo's kind of been hesitant here in the second half about shooting, Chris. He had a good look there. He should have shot it immediately. He still made it.
Now Hensley, he tried to draw the contact on the other end as he falls hard. And the whistle, and looks like foul's going to go against Logan instead here. Game
getting a little bit chippy, but they help each other up, both teams. So nothing bad there. Just teams playing hard.
That'll be number 4 on Aiden Slack in this game. Sissonville crosses midcourt, trailing by 17 as they trimmed into some of this lead, and Udo does it again. He hits from 3 this time, and now the lead down to 14 all of a sudden.
Yeah, Sissonville can go on a run, Chris. They've done it a couple times in this ball game. They've really picked up the pace.
Early drives into the middle, goes up, shot counted, and the foul as Early with 21 now. And right there is what he does. He is a momentum stopper, and Early will go to the line to shoot 1.
Yeah, he's just a one-man momentum breaker. And like you can see Martin and Kirk checking back in as Hensley going to the bench.
And again, Logan led by as much as 23 here in the third quarter as Sissonville cut it down to 14, but now Early with a chance to push it back up to 17. He's 3 of 7 from the line here tonight. And free throw up, no good off the back rim, but rebounded by Aiden Martin as he saves the possession. As we hit 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Early ball fakes. Now he'll take a 3 in front of Udo, no good off the side, rebounded by Myers.
Good defense by Udo there.
Yeah, he hasn't fallen for many ball fakes. He's done a good job of staying disciplined. As Myers back out front being hounded by Carson Kirk. Now Early tries to sneak in and he tears it away. Here comes Early. He's all alone and slam dunk for Early as he goes up with both hands and puts it down for what could be his final dunk here in Willie Acres Arena.
Game's not over yet, Chris.
Yes, it could be. Is now foul in the front court as Lucas, or Bailey rather, got his feet tripped up. And going to get a push on Logan. And now the Logan cheering section chanting David Early.
Well, he wanted to get Udo back as Udo got the dunk earlier.
They get that foul on Aiden Martin. That'll be his second. And now Early will check out here with 32.3 seconds to go in the third.
Don't know how much more we'll see of him tonight.
They go down low to Udo. He'll drive baseline again and able to get the baseline as I think that time Hayner thought he had help on the backside, but didn't.
Maybe miscommunication on defense there.
Yeah, that's 15 points now for Udo. He's got 9 of them here this quarter.
He's a good ball player, Chris. I like what I see from him. He's got good moves, soft feet for a big man. Can really get under there and go to work in the post.
And still another year to go for him as we're down to 6 seconds left in the quarter. Williamson get a whistle and a moving screen out front will go against Hayner.
Yeah, they're going to get that every time as Hayner didn't have his feet set on that screen. Got to set those feet on the screen, otherwise officials will blow that every time as we got 4.7 seconds to go here in the third.
And that's 16 fouls against Logan now as they lob it up ahead to Udo. 4 seconds. He takes it on the left side, steps back. He'll go for 3 at the horn. No good. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play as Logan will take a 59-43 lead into the final 8 minutes as you are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
Patrick Ellis and his staff at Southern West Virginia Physical Therapy has been providing patients with quality physical therapy since 2003. At Southern West Virginia Physical Therapy, they are committed to providing their patients with exceptional care in a compassionate and friendly environment. You're not just a number, you're part of their family. Southern West Virginia Physical Therapy, your health, your choice, our priority.
W Studios as Logan leads at 59-43 here on senior night. They're going right to left across your computer screen and radio dial with Sissonville going left to right as Kirk drives in hard on the right side. Nice pump fake and Kirk able to finish to open up the fourth.
And then Carson Kirk hands the ball over and squares up on defense.
61-43. Udo, nice spin move, gets inside on the left wing but can't finish as it falls off the front iron. Rebounded by Glick.
He's really, for a big guy, he can really just kind of float through the air, Chris. He's really got some skills, does Udo.
Oh, nice crossover by Hayner. Pull-up jumper from the left corner, and Mitchell Hayner scores his 6th point.
Mitchell Hayner's also got some moves. You saw that in a nice crossover.
Now Udo feeds it underneath. Jordan goes up with it.
Oh!
Can't get it to fall as it hung perilously on the front iron, but wouldn't go down.
I don't think I've ever seen the ball stop on the rim like that. It just kind of sat there for a second.
They're going to get that foul on Noah Cook. That'll be number 2 on him as Bryson Jordan will go to the free throw line. As he's got 2 points here tonight, 0 of 1 from the charity stripe. As his first free throw off the back iron, no good. And that's going to be something I think both teams won't be terribly happy with at the end of the game is the free throw shooting.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Chris. Free throw, a lot of points left at the line tonight.
And that's miss number 8 now for Sissonville. 6 misses for Logan on the other end. And now it looks like having to talk with Garrett Williamson there as they get ready for the second free throw. As 7:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Second free throw is good by Jordan. 63-44 Logan.
See what Logan can do here. Early still on the bench. Cook still in the game here on senior night.
As Kirk gets it across midcourt to Glick.
He almost traveled.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet but was able to keep his dribble. It's 1 minute gone now in the fourth quarter rather. Cook on the left wing, looks down low, now back out front, straight on 3 on the way, no good off the back rim by Kirk, and rebound taken away by Jordan as he throws a few elbows, trying to clear the area.
Yeah, he did.
Now here's Myers across the timeline, into the middle, kicks it out. Lucas goes for 3 from left side, no good off the side of the rim, and rebounded by Hayner.
Here comes Cook with it now.
So across the timeline, 6:33 to go now in the fourth quarter. Logan on their way to their 17th win or 15th win on the season, however you want to look at it, as Hayner steps back for 3 and hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
And that one had to feel good for Mitchell Hayner.
He's got 9 points now for the game, 66-44 Logan as they've rebuilt their lead. Now Myers has it taken away from him. Here comes Kirk, one-on-one with Jordan, drives in hard and draws the foul on Jordan. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Carson Kirk, man, this guy is pedal to the metal at all times. When he's out on the court, he's giving you everything he's got.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore too. So I mean, like you said, he's being groomed right now to step in next year likely, and he's going to be a wonderful utility man. Already is at this point.
He is going to be a defensive nightmare for people, and I can almost guarantee that.
As Kirk able to connect on the first, he's got 3 points now. Danbury and Griffith check back into the game as that was the first foul on Jordan.
You are right, though, about the Sissonville hair. There are some great mullets out there.
Yeah, so we've got a few at are scoring across the county. I can't believe it's back, but here we are.
Well, take it from me, kids. Grow it while you can.
It's Griffith. Kicks it out front for Udo. He'll drive in, takes a couple of big steps, and that's going to be too many as they call him for the travel.
Yes, sir. 3 steps, that's a travel.
He turned around with
he almost got it.
67-44 Logan with 5:50 remaining in the contest.
Not everything's a Euro step.
No, that is very true. Williamson out near mid-court with it. Now brings it over to Kirk, to Hayner. Hayner thinks about it. Now he will take the 3 and rattles in and out, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Logan.
Surprised that Hayner waited there to shoot that one. He had a couple steps there. Surprised he didn't pull that one a little quicker.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated for a moment, and 3 still almost went down, but popped out. Now Jordan underneath, pass knocked away by Glick. Here comes Glick back the other way, 2-on-2. He drives in left side, whistle, and looks like we're going to get a block here on Griffith, and that'll send Glick to the line with 5:20 to go.
Yeah, his feet weren't set. Definitely not. It's a definite block.
And again, we'll try and get an update on Chapmanville's game as well, as they're taking on Wayne right now, as that game being played down at Chapmanville this evening. Like we said, Logan would likely need Chapmanville to have a hiccup either against Wayne or against Sissonville on Tuesday night to take that 1 seed away. And now Glick at the free throw line. As he'll have 2 free throws. First is up and off the back rim, no good.
Stick around after the ball game tonight. We'll be going out to basketball Friday night with Joe Linville, Ryan Epling, all the guys up in Huntington doing a great job. Except for Joe. Joe's not doing it. No, I'm kidding. We love Joe.
Yeah, I got to do the game on Tuesday night with him down in Chapmanville against Scott. And, Joe is a diehard Skyhawk to the very end, man. He wasn't happy most of the game, but he stayed with it. Rebound or underneath Jordan able to finish with a layup after Glick missed both free throws. 67-46 now Logan. Hayner will take a 3 from the left wing. No good off the back rim. Rebound comes out long, taken by Myers.
I don't think that's a shot that Mitchell Hayner needs to take there.
Oh, what a bounce pass underneath by Myers, able to feed it on the right side to Danbury for the layup.
I'll tell you what, Myers for Sissonville, I like the way he plays, Chris. He's really been involved in all facets of the game tonight.
Yeah, he's been speedy. He's been a nice ball handler. I mean, this guy's been able to do a lot down the floor tonight with 8 points. It's Kirk, pull-up jumper, no good from the right wing, rebounded by Udo. Cross timeline comes Myers, 67-48. Logan leads it. It's 4:28 to go in the fourth. They lob it into Udo, and they're going to get a foul on Glick.
Yeah, it's Glick kind of hacked there on the arm, and Adams still in the 1-on-1, I believe. Yes, we are. Yeah. Chris, we look at this, and this has got to be a really, really big night for Coach Green, because this is his first senior night with guys that he coached all the way from freshmen to seniors. And Noah Cook's leaving the game. He'll get a nice ovation, he and Mitchell Hayner. Probably be the last we see of Cook tonight. Some of the pep clubs actually got Noah Cook face cutouts.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Well, we check in on Chapmanville, and Chapmanville's game is over, and Chapmanville wins at 105-52 for the Wayne Pioneers. So rough evening for the Wayne Pioneers.
And now the cheering section is cheering for Scotty Browning.
Against Scotty, he hit that game-winning shot in the JV game against Man last week.
Yeah, a big shot too.
67-50 in favor. And now Scotty's up. And you see Steve Browning on the bench as they get it over to Brown. Brown for 3 from the left wing. That one was online, but missed off the back iron. Rebound comes down to Udo.
What the cheering section wants, they get.
Now across the timeline.
Nice move from Udo there.
I agree. That was pretty sweet. Now we'll give it over to Lucas, and now it looks like Sissonville going to clear their bench too with 3:40 to go. Tough shot. Oh, it's off for Lucas. Rebound knocked around, and Slack and him and Danbury are going to get a tie-up. Possession arrow will stay with Sissonville.
Here comes Scotty Browning into the game. Garrett Williamson checks out. Sissonville brings in 5, and here comes Corey Townsend into the game.
Now we got a whole host of substitutes
Here comes, as the guys in front of me here, the guys at the basketball game in front of me, we always have a good time here before the game gets started. This one's for you guys right here. Maynard is in the game.
I believe that one's Chance Maynard coming in, one of the two twins. He and Chase Maynard. We're down to 3.5 minutes to go. 17-point lead for Logan as they get it out to Lucas. Now they swing it over into the corner. That's Carson Boggs into the game for Sissonville. Back to the top of the key for Jackson Haynes. Now they kick it inside, trying to find an opening, but nothing there for Ivan Jackson. They kick it back out. 3 up and good.
Nice shot from Jackson.
Yes,
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. That was a nice shot.
So 67-53 Logan. Still 3 minutes to go in the contest. Get over to Townsend. Townsend at the right elbow. Gives it to Slack. He'll cut in. Tough turnaround shot. No good. Rebound knocked loose. Taken away by Lucas. As Lucas up the left side. Takes it in on Townsend. Pull-up jumper. Looked like he had a foot on the line. No good. His long rebound comes out. Gathered there. 3 on the way. No good for Thompson. And rebound taken out by Trey Brown as he's fouled as he tried to cut across midcourt with 2:37 to play.
And Chapmanville with a big win tonight. That may, unless something happens, Chris, against this Sissonville squad, that'll probably do it for them as the 1 seed. Of course, we're not the voters, so you never know, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, again, we're just kind of basing it on, overall record and where they are at rank-wise right now. Again, they split the season series as Brown hits the first 2 free throws. And it depends on how people want to look at it whenever it comes into play. If Logan had gotten that second win at Chapmanville, I think there's no question Logan would have been the 1 seed.
Yeah, absolutely.
But since Chapmanville was able to gather the split, I think that Chapmanville will likely get the nod in that scenario. But like we said, we'll have to wait and see how it turns out as Brown hits both free throws.
Yeah, I mean, that early loss at Hoover for Logan hurts, and then the overtime loss here at home, and then Chapmanville beating Miller School and teams like that. I mean, it just all goes into play.
Townsend with a nice steal gets it out on the front court. He'll take a 3 straight on, no good. Rebound underneath, taken away by Jackson.
And Townsend, the big part of this JV club, Chris, and we've seen this JV team for Logan have some battles because you and I usually get here kind of early and see a lot of good ball games.
Out front, 3 on the way, off the mark by Elijah Thompson and out of bounds. It'll go over to Logan.
And we saw the man JV game with against Logan. Scotty Brown against the game winner. Then the Chapmanville game. And the other Maynard is in the ball game now. The guys in front of me, they love it.
Yeah, we got Chance and Chase Maynard, and both really good kids as well. I had a lot of the sophomores in class whenever I taught to Logan. They were in 5th grade, so it's weird seeing these kids all grown up now as Browning goes for 3, no good off the side of the rim. Rebound comes down to the Indians. So down to 1:45 to go out front. Step into a 3 and good for Carson Boggs.
Boggs knocks that one down and down to 13 now with 1.5 minutes to go.
It's time running out on the Indians again. It was 23-18 Logan. About midway through the second quarter, about 5 minutes left in the quarter, and then Logan just blows up and goes on a 28-5 run into the third quarter as Browning goes for 3 again. No good this time from the left wing, rebounded by the Indians. As here they come into the front court, stolen from behind by Townsend as he was able to come and strip it. Now he'll bring it into the middle of the court, gets into the paint, tried to pass it away, but had it knocked away. Now up ahead, run out here for Boggs, catching up is Brown. Boggs gets the shot off and able to lay it in.
And Brown is quick. God, he made up so much time on that rundown, but good play there from Sissonville to get the points.
Down to 50 seconds to go. Logan leads it by 11 and led it by as much as 23 in this game. Sissonville able to cut it back down to 11, but going to run out of time tonight as Logan is going to win their 14th game in their last 16 to close out the regular season. As Brown for 3, no good. Rebound knocked away underneath. Townsend grabs it, goes with a reverse layup, and what a move by Corey Townsend.
Nice move from Townsend to get that one to go, and Sissonville may just dribble this one out here. They may put up a shot.
And you can kind of see the emotion on the bench with Early and Cook.
Yeah.
Man, this might be their last home game here in Willie Acres Arena. And, it's 4 years of your life, and it goes by so fast. But they gave so much in that time as 3 up and no good by Boggs. Down to 5 seconds as Browning will bring it up the floor. Browning will give it over to Brown with 2 seconds. And Brown will put up a floater at the horn and no good. And that will do it here this evening from Willie Acres Arena as Logan takes the win 71-58 to move to 17-5 on the season. Sissonville falls to 5-15 on the year. Well, Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll recap tonight's action here from Logan High School as you are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, and 2020 makes it 45 years of offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They're the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, and Logan with its own crematory. Contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Hurt in a car wreck, this is one room most people want to avoid.
It's a courtroom.
Insurance companies know that we work to get the best settlement before court. But if they won't pay up, our work is here. It's about your health, your money, and your pain and suffering.
What you get matters. And our fee?
No worries. We don't get paid unless you do. Hurt in a car wreck?
Call Farmer Klein & Campbell.
Because around here, you matter.
Call 346-5990.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you. And just a reminder that Nationwide Insurance Agent Greg Dalton is a proud supporter of Logan Wildcat Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-752-8300. Greg Dalton Insurance, with offices on Main Street in Logan and Main Street in Chapmanville. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. Should say Greg Dalton also a supporter of Chapmanville Regional High School tennis. I harassed him, Steve Browning, Shelley Moore Capito, everyone I could on Tuesday night in order to get money out of them, and thankfully I was able to get money out of everybody. Again, Logan was able to come down there, and they were watching the game on Tuesday night, almost all the players and everything else. So everyone got to hear my loud mouth down there asking for money on Tuesday night.
As we normally do.
Yeah.
How you want to run for public office, I'll never know.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's me begging for money usually isn't something I have to do for a charity event. It's something that just happens in general most of the time.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
But, tonight's win, Nathan, hard to believe regular season already over. Again, just the season flies by so fast. And, Logan, they'll get all of next week off. Then they'll get a few days off after that as well, again, because the boys, I believe the play-in games will probably be next Saturday, if I'm correct.
Yeah, probably you'll see the play-in games probably Saturday would be the day that they would probably play them, I assume. Of course, I don't know that.
Yeah, because the girls are going to be tomorrow for their play-in game, so normally you're at a week separation on that.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what the schedule is, but we'll keep you updated. Follow us on WVOWradio.com. I'm sure we'll have the schedule posted as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, so again, Logan will get next week off. Probably won't play until the following Tuesday after that, and, just trying to wait and see now how things will shake out. But this will be a Logan team that's going into tournament play with a lot of momentum. Again, they're only 2 losses since that GW loss earlier on in the year, where to Wesley Morris in overtime by 3, and then to Chapmanville by 5 at Chapmanville. So they come in ranked number 4, right behind Bluefield, Chapmanville, Shady Spring. I mean, it's just an absolute dogfight at the top of Class AA right now. But this is a Logan team that I think's got a lot of momentum and feels really good about the way they're going into sectionals.
Yeah, they just got to go in with confidence, Chris, and know what they can do and just go in and execute. And, it's going to be an interesting sectional. 6 really good ball clubs, all vying for potentially 2 spots. And then if you count the other half of the section, and Polka's involved, and Winfield can shock some people, Nitro, you never know what can happen.
Well, let's take a look at our final scoring on both sides, starting with Sissonville. They were led by Joseph Udo with 15 points, Bryce Myers with 11 points, then Dylan Griffith with 8 points, Bryson Jordan with 5, Brody Danbury with 5, Carson Boggs with 5, Brandon Bailey with 4, Elijah Thompson with 3, and Dylan Lucas with 2 to round out the scoring for Sissonville. On the other end for Logan, leading all scorers tonight was David Early with 23 points. You had Mitchell Hayner and Jaron Glick each with 9 points for the Wildcats. Noah Cook with 6 points. Cameron Hensley with 6 points. Aiden Slack and Trey Brown with 5 points apiece. Garrett Williamson with 3, Carson Kirk with 3, and Corey Townsend with 2 to round out the scoring. Well, it's time now for our Temp Control Hot Hand of the Game, brought to you by Temp Control of Chapmanville. And tonight's hot hand goes to Noah Cook and David Early. Again, they ended up with 23 points and 9 points respectively here tonight on their senior night and what might be their final game in Willie Acres Arena. Again, if they win the sectional title, they'll get to play one more here. But they are Temp Control Hot Hand of the Game award winners. And this winter, if you want your home to be as comfortable as possible, call Stuart Trickler and Roland Mullins at Temp Control of Chapmanville at 304-855-5200.
Well, now it's time for our Farmer, Klein, and Campbell player of the game, and David Early and Noah Cook also.
Yeah, I was going to say, take a wild guess who we're going to have here.
Yeah, I mean, 2 seniors on senior night, both played well, and a job well done on the regular season for those 2 guys as they're getting ready for sectional play, and you'll see some great replays here. And, Farmer, Klein, and Campbell, players of the game again, David Early and Noah Cook, the 2 seniors.
Again, 71-58, Logan wins it tonight here from Willie Acres Arena as they now head towards tournament play here in just a little over a week, and it is about ready to get really fun here in the state of West Virginia as the girls get underway tomorrow. Some games maybe here, some down at Chapmanville. Again, Chapmanville, the number 1 seed out of that section. Logan will be playing tomorrow night. The girls team will, to try and advance on to play Chapmanville. So it'll be an interesting run to see if Chapmanville can get out of the section and out of that tough region on the other side. So it's going to be a dogfight on the girls' side as well. We're looking forward to all of the fun high school girls and basketball action coming your way here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, still a couple games left in the season, Chris, but it's going to be fun, and stay tuned. Here in about 3 minutes, we'll head out to Basketball Friday night.
And again, it's closing in on the start, and while we have just a moment, we'll step aside for another 1-minute break and be back to wrap things up after this as you are watching and listening to Logan basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
What are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Do you need to see a doctor fast? At Logan Regional Medical Center Primary Care Walk-In Clinic, we know your time is valuable. Our new facility is designed to provide patients with the opportunity to walk in and quickly be seen by the doctor without having to make an appointment. We are open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 384 Airport Road in Chapmanville. For more information, please call 304-239-8090.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush, our final segment here tonight from Willie Acres Arena. And again, Nathan, just talking about Logan going into tournament play here in about a week or so. You win 14 out of your last 16 games, going to be a very positive outcome. And, for Zach Green, you got to talk about the job that he's done as well, along with David Early. Again, you didn't have him at the start of the season, didn't look like he was going to be here. And Zach Green able to do a tremendous job getting this team to where they are right now. Again, you just continue to see his coaching career grow, and looks like maybe might get more wins that he's ever had as coach in the 4 years, but 4 straight winning seasons for him. Just a great job by Zach Green all the way around, along with these players and other coaches.
Yeah, the Wildcats they should be very happy with their regular season, Chris. They did a great job finishing it up here tonight, and if I'm not mistaken, one home loss this season? Again, and that was the overtime game at the buzzer.
Yep.
One that they feel as though they could have won. They could have very easily went undefeated at home this year.
Yeah.
Great season for them, and a nice swan song here tonight at home for David Early and Noah Cook. Again, could possibly get another sectional game here if they another game here if they win the section, but we'll have to wait and see. That's on down the line, so we're gonna have to wait and see how the section plays out before we start saying anything like that. And again, tomorrow morning, Hatcher Show, 9:30. Tune in, grab a cup of coffee. Justin Turner, Mark Hatcher, and myself talking to area coaches, and we'll get you ready for the sectionals tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be fun tomorrow morning with Coach Hatcher and company, so make sure you join in the AM to get all your high school basketball fix. And again, on Tuesday night, it'll be Nathan and Joe Linville in man here on WVOW as man and van finishing off their regular season. I'll be down in Chapmanville for Chapmanville and Sissonville for Chapmanville's final regular season game on video production. So make sure you check us out on both on Tuesday night.
What you do is you set up 2 laptops.
Exactly.
And you're just ready to go. Ready to go.
Well, we're going to say goodbye here tonight from Willie Acres Arena and send things out to Basketball Friday night coming up here in just a moment. So for Brittany Fury, Faith Bannister back in the WVOW studios engineering, for Cam Strobel engineering on video productions, and for Nathan Bush, my color man, and Aaron Stone, our cameraman as well. I'm Chris Kidd saying good night from Willie Acres Arena as you have been listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on video production.